Hey guys, this is Chris, and today we're taking the Autel Evo 2 and we're gonna fly it out and put a mountain between us and the quad and test its signal strength. The reason I'm sitting down here on the ground is it's windy today and I'm using my car to block the wind, so hopefully you're not picking it all up on the recording here. But what I want to do is I want to fly out, fly over the mountaintop, see how far I can go before I lose signal on this in that type of scenario. Because one thing I noticed when I was shooting my video in memory of my mom, the one that I dedicated to my mom, is this thing is incredible when it comes to normally where I would lose signal with other quads. If you watch that video, I go over the mountain real close to the trees and I drop down the other side of it, and that's when I get my image transmission wiped out on my Mavics. I don't have that type of signal strength with those. So far I'm seeing it on this and it's really impressed me. So I figured after doing that video and seeing how good the signal was in those situations, that I would just take it and shoot it up over the mountain, go in a completely different direction, show you guys some beautiful farm fields out there, wide open country, a lot of mountain view in the background, and of course the beautiful fall foliage colors there. You have a whole palette of colors. So even if the signal doesn't do real well, there should be something nice to look at. So hopefully we'll get far, and I'm gonna go for a goal of, I would say 10,000 feet would be a pretty good goal, considering a mountain would be between us. So the other thing is I can fly higher once I get over there too, because it's way up compared to where I am now. So if I start out at 400, once I get there I can do 5 to 600 easy in my altitude and still be within that safe ceiling of 400 feet by law. So watch the video, let's see how it does, and as always, thumbs up on your way out. And if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button and then hit the bell for future content and notification, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace and love. All right, I'm going to do a little voice narration here because it turns out my audio was completely blown out by the wind. But if you look at the flat terrain off to the right there, my elevation where I'm currently at with the quad is just over 400 feet, and that's a good 200 feet up from the elevation of where I'm standing. So once I get over there with the quad, my elevation is completely different, but it will not change on the quad. So I can raise my altitude safely, still be within that safe ceiling of altitude there, and it will say that I'm higher on the quad. But just watch the terrain below and the terrain below, and you'll notice that I am within a safe altitude. So just want to make that clear, and I'll probably continue to try to make that clear to everybody watching throughout the video. So we're going to try to keep this as short and sweet as possible. Just make this flight and see how far we get. If you look way off in the distance, there's a tower there. That tower is 10,000 feet approximately. So that's my goal, 10,000 feet with the body of land between me and the quad, blocking my signal. I can never fly this path. That's why you never see it on my channel, because I always lose signal. The only way I can fly off to the right around those farmlands is if I go to this little park, this man-made beach here on the left, and fly from there. And then I can fly up over around that farmland, which is very beautiful. So I just recently did that with the FIMI X8 SE 2020, and was able to do that successfully because I'm more in line with the quad. It's not a steep jump. I've got more of a gradual incline there to where I can fly and still maintain my signal. So back to this flight, we're going to continue flying
stay in this safe path above the trees and just see how close we can get to that tower. And then here in a little bit, I'm going to put it into ludicrous mode, speed it up a little bit, and see what we get. So not going for super range here. We're going for range in a situation where I would normally lose signal. And hopefully you enjoy the fall color below and enjoy the flight. Alright, so as we go over this little hump, I'm raising my altitude because my signal is starting to drop at this point. So I do raise my altitude here, but again, I'm within a safe level of flight here. And we're going off to the left a little bit and then continue straight on out. You can see I kind of start getting a little lag in my video transmission here. So this is when I know, all right, we're probably not going to make it for our 10,000, and we get closer to 8,000 or somewhere just above 8,000. So did not make it to the tower, but very close. And judging by the tower now in the video here, I would say it is definitely about 10,000 feet. So I just turned to bring it back into view so we can compare the distance of that tower and the distance that we got before it initiates a return to home. And that's pretty impressive, because if you look where the arrow is, I'm about 200 feet below that arrow. So that's, again, something I have never been able to do with this quad, and I am very impressed with that. So we're going to let it do its return to home thing here, and once I regain signal, then I'll take the controls back again, and I'll be right back with you. All right, so we have signal back and are turning. I'm gonna head back over to the water where I can be more in line with the quad. And from there I fly out like 15,000 feet, but I'm cutting that out of the video just because we already made the flight to show what I wanted to show in this video. But I just want to point out one last time, so I can exhaust this topic. If you look off to the right, that mountain, it is a good deal higher than where I'm flying from now at 510 feet. So as I come back, I will be lowering my altitude, but those mountains dwarf where I'm flying. So just wanted to point that out. Out here in Bigfoot country, the terrain is all over the place, and the planes aren't in here flying and trimming the treetops on top of these mountains. So matter of fact, I don't ever really recall ever seeing an airplane out here. So just want to point that out one last time, and enjoy the flight back, and I'll catch you on the next one.